What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Futties Witsel. He's the 95 CDM that you can get in the dynamic duo. Obviously he is the perfect link to Meunier, so if you have got obviously that side, you can go with Witsel and Meunier and then pick a right mid. You could go with Sancho, obviously you could go with a Thorgan Hazard as a cam. There is multiple options that we will explore in the overall, and obviously we'll have a look at the objectives and what the stats look like on Futbin. So if you do enjoy these videos, make sure you drop that subscription. I think we're definitely doing well on them, so I can't expect any more. We're coming towards the end. We're gonna smash FIFA 22. I'm hoping to get 1,000 reviews out by then, as we've done about 860 to 870 currently on this FIFA. I feel like we can step it up. So Witsel, 6'1". He hasn't had a special card since the very start of the game, and I'm not talking like exaggeration. He was, I believe, either the second or first one, because either him or Koscielny was the first ever special SBC that you could get. We did him. Obviously that card is long gone by now. He was an 86, obviously a double upgrade from his 84, and now we have a 95. He is 4-star, which I believe he was already. He was already a 4-star, way back then, so no upgrade to that. He is obviously a medium right-footed, and obviously, like I said, a 6'1" CDM. Leadership and a solid player on his two traits, and in terms of the stats, again, very impressive for a free card. We are going to be whacking the engine on him, which we already have. You'll get 97 pace, 98 dribbling, and 95 passing. Absolutely perfect for that CDM role. His defending and physical is already pretty much top notch. Obviously he's got a little bit of shooting as well. Maybe you get him up for corners. He is 6'1", so quite a tall player at the very minimum, and I feel like he's going to be this powerhouse. He's got stats for absolute days. Great agility balance, especially with that engine taking it up to 93 and 95 agility / balance. We've got great composure maxed out, strength and aggression, stamina and jumping all above 90, and again even the pace, and that's the interesting one for me. They have done very well with an upgrade of pace, so I'm hoping he has had a plus 10 of pace from his flashback, so hopefully we can see something good from him. So let's jump into him and see, is he worth the grind or is he just fodder? Witsel, what can we find from him then? I'm hoping, see what a bit this pace is. It's got a lovely acceleration. That's absolutely fantastic news, because they have done very well with obviously their acceleration on cards that not necessarily should be the fastest. It does feel very nice. I know this is just a brief second of obviously seeing what it's all about. Nice and strong there. Cutting it back. Can we get the finesse on the go? Obviously not necessarily the shooter, but he does feel very loose, very nice and smooth. That is absolutely solid work from my end at the moment. Try and get the header, but unfortunately the keeper is in the way. And like I say, they have done, for me, very well. Like, I think not necessarily just last year, but I feel like since they've been doing like the upgraded Kroos, they've done obviously Busquets with a player moments. That's great play from him. Oh, nearly keeps it as well. I feel like they did the pace upgrade. They did like the plus 30 pace, and it never really hit. Like, it was good, but I mean, you could still feel that they just weren't that fast. Whereas this year, I do think they've done absolutely extraordinary to get that pace absolutely on point and actually worth doing the upgrade. And I think Witsel most definitely is the same. Even the agility balance side of stuff is absolutely wonderful to see from him, because obviously he then becomes not even usable, but more of a better player. As we can see, he's doing quite well. Pushing up front, we can see him going for that. Obviously, the passing is going to be pretty nice on him, so we'll try and find a little assist there. But most definitely, I think already looking at this card, I'm thinking he's probably worth doing the objectives. Even if it is just in general for fodder, maybe you don't even want a Bundesliga team. You get a free 93 and 95 rated card. It's literally a no-brainer in my opinion. We can see as well the agility, the jockeying side of him is fantastic. He does feel very quick on that dribble, which is always what you want in a player, especially someone who's going to be defending heavily. You want him to be able to kind of shift his motion as much as possible. We find that ball. Witsel is going to pick it up. Obviously, this skill moves are necessarily just a little extra bonus. It's a great tackle from Sabitzer there. Little bonus with obviously the 4-star. Obviously, you don't necessarily need it heavily. I just need at least a 4-star weak foot, and I'm absolutely happy with that. Into Witsel's feet. Oh, he absolutely kills it there. Can we find him back? Neymar's going to try something cheeky. Witsel's gone offside now. Both of my CMs really pushing up here. Oh, a little bit of push in the back there. Referee to him. He's going to push forward heavily. This guy really running at him. Bring him away. Witsel, I can see his first goal in the shining lights. That was never going to beat Hradecky there. He's just absolutely always there to take the ball. Get these little fast 1-2s. He's very, very quick at them. Can we get the shot off? Unfortunately not. Neymar has picked it back up into Witsel's possession. That's a great turn. Oh, he doesn't. Oh, he doesn't. Turns it back. Oh my god, imagine if he got that off. Honestly, he's literally turned into a completely different player. Obviously, there was always going to be a huge difference from his 86 because he's literally 9 ratings more. Obviously, his stats are very well rounded as well. But most definitely, I think he could even play cam at some point. He just pushes forward with so much like power. It's kind of a different sort of feel, as I personally do like the more dribble smaller players, and I think Witsel definitely goes against that in every sense of the way. Again, constantly available. He does see Sane this time instead of making the run himself. I'm interested to see where he is on the edge of that box. It's just that turn. I know not always, but that turn is absolutely lethal, and he gets that little acceleration. And literally, defenders can't help it. Honestly, fantastic work from him. I think he has awarded himself this penalty with 94. Oh, okay, of course, yeah. They can dive after it. Should have just powered it. I would have had him. I think I've definitely been persuaded with Witsel right now. Honestly, I knew he was going to be referee. I knew he was going to be a relatively decent card, but most definitely I think he's really put himself under the paces for me and really come out up trumps. Let's have a look who we got. We got a bit of a Sane. What can we go for? Up and over the wall? What are we saying? A little bit more corner. That'll do. Easy. Always easy. Again, Witsel waiting for the moment. Finds a bit of hazard. Gonna go back to him. Can see Neymar making that run. And honestly, he just pulls people out of positions. He's a very big unit. So obviously they do tend to kind of, I don't know, they just tend to like kind of circle him. And yet, you just have to do one pass and that's it. Great pace to catch up with. I think it's Forsberg at that point. Oh, and Witsel's only gone and bagged himself a goal. Honestly, this kid is just fantastic. Really, really worth the grind. I think, for me, I think the grind was only 8 games, I think, in total, really. I think you probably have to do about 12, including the time, before, obviously, being able to get Witsel, because you do need Meunier first. But I think most definitely... Oh wow! I think most definitely you are getting what you really grind for in this. I think there has been some that maybe you kind of been questionable whether you are really getting anything from it, but I think this pairing is absolutely phenomenal. And that obviously gets that card straight done. You've got scored 2 goals using defenders. Again, can be one match, can just be as many as you want. You've got to score 2 in at least 2 games, pretty much. Well, we got score 15 goals. Obviously, you get that done pretty easily. Score using a Bundesliga midfielder in 3 separate matches, but you do have to have Futties Meunier in your starting squad, so always remember that. And then obviously we have the assist using Futties Meunier in 8 separate matches. So obviously the only wins one you've got to do is to get Meunier himself just to 5 wins in their matches. Normally you do get people who obviously quit straight away, obviously if you score golden goal as such, and that's it. you get this 95 rated card, plus obviously his partner in crime with Meunier as the right back. In terms of Dortmund though, I think Dortmund have got a very, very impressive team right now. Obviously a lot of Futties upgrades. We got Witsel, Akanji, and Meunier. We have Piszczek as an SBC, Hazard as just a path to glory, Hummels has passed it, Brandt was a storyline. We also have Haaland and Sancho as well, and then including the SBC Delaney that actually wasn't that bad. You've obviously going down a little bit, and you've got the centre backs. You've got Reina. Haaland has obviously got himself a card. I think he was at the top. And even then you've got Chan. You get my drift. There is a lot of good cards that you can use, and for me, I think he is a fantastic CDM. If we go against all of obviously the Bundesliga CDMs, you've got a very impressive list. I don't know who else I would choose to be kind of like a DM CM partner. If I was going more attacking and I was looking just at Dortmund. But moving swiftly on to his stats then. So we did whack the engine on him, which obviously boosts up that agility balance absolutely fantastically. We obviously get more passing, the pace is up. In general, a 95, 97 or 96 DM, CM or 96 cam. Obviously, I think he is going to be more suited towards the DM/CM role. Cam wise, he is a little bit too big, and I think if you've got someone like that, he needs to be someone striker related, or obviously kind of keep the small amounts of players in that midfield just because it just works better. Overall wise for him, I think it's 100% worth it regardless of your intentions with him. I think if you put him into an SBC, absolutely fantastic. If you put him obviously onto the bench or your reserves, again, there's not a lot you can do at this point in the game where there is so many Futties cards and all of them are absolutely jacked. Overall wise for Witsel, I'd say it's definitely a 10 out of 10 for me, and I think the biggest kind of factor in that is it was such a huge upgrade from obviously his 86 to his 95, and I think they've done it absolutely superbly. So hopefully you did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure to smash the like button as well as subscribing for new content coming every single day, and I'll see you all for the next one. Peace.